This is a CNN News 18 exclusive. Saudi Arabia has issued a final warning to Pakistan. Pakistan Airlines have received a final warning from the Riyadh Airport Authority. Now we've been able to exclusively access emails and documents. The PIA has received a final warning from the Riyadh Airport Authority, otherwise known as the RAA, regarding the non-payment of dues. Now the RAA has also set a deadline for July 15th, tomorrow, for the PIA to pay the outstanding amount of 8.2 million riyals. Now, failure to meet the deadline could potentially affect the airline's winter flight schedule. Additionally, the PIA has been cautioned by the Jeddah airport for the non-payment of liabilities. Now, a spokesperson for the Pakistan airport has confirmed the issuance of the reminder and stated that the airline is actively working towards making the payment and resolving the issue promptly. But whether or not this issue will be resolved promptly or not remains to be seen. We're crossing over to CNN News 18's Anand Narasimhan for more details on this. Anand, over to you.
Well, morning to all our viewers, and this is a massive embarrassment for the Pakistani authorities if the PIA will not be able to operate its flights, especially with its Hajj pilgrims, and non-payment of dues becoming a bone point or a key issue with the Saudis, who have very clearly said that pay up, otherwise we are going to ground your crafts and we are not going to allow them into Saudi Arabian airspace or land in Saudi Arabia. Now, this is something which is going to further compound the issues with Pakistanis, and internally for them it's huge embarrassment. The Saudis themselves have parked a lot of money to keep the Pakistan foreign reserves still show some numbers in their absolutely bare foreign reserves, but the Pakistanis cannot even touch that money. Now, this warning has very clearly been conveyed to Shahbaz Sharif in no little terms, that you have to pay 48 million in outstanding dues to avoid suspension of air travel. Now, in fact, what is also going to happen is, and it's going to be embarrassing, is that nearly 50,000 Hajj pilgrims are already in Saudi Arabia. So after they finish their Hajj and when they come back and they want to go back to Pakistan, they'll have to go back with that particular airline which they have come back. They're saying that will not commence till the payments are made. So you have not only the issue of not paying your dues and your flights being grounded, but your pilgrims will not be able to find their way back. Now, this is something which is this is a huge issue, because there is a possibility that the PIA may just even shut down, because we are given to understand that the ECC has failed to release 22 billion Pakistani rupee pending claims on account markup to June 2023. And they have only been able to release 4 billion Pakistani rupees. So where is 4 billion and where is 22 billion? And the lesser of the Pakistan International Airline impounded the B777 aircraft last month at Kuala Lumpur also, because that was done by AirCap. And it was released after the Pak government made the overdue payment and pleaded PIA receipts through the International Air Transport Association, or IATA clearinghouse. Now, Shahbaz Sharif on the 28th of June had said that a high-level committee chaired by the finance minister will work out the restructuring, reformation and revival of the PIA. But at this stage, this is what many people had said that could lead to huge problems for Shahbaz Sharif. One of the reasons why Shahbaz Sharif is desperate that trade resumes with India is that the cash flows will start, and some normalization of equations with India will help the economic upliftment of Pakistan. That is something which is really pinching the Pakistanis, and the Pakistan polity is realizing that they cannot antagonize India, and economically they are overtly dependent upon normalization of ties. Now, in the meantime, the PIA is also facing a lawsuit in the United States from Wills Leasing over non-payment, and in fact, what they are actually doing is they are removing and returning two A320 aircraft engines that have been leased from this Wills Leasing. So that because they can't afford to even legal fees or fight, legal battles anywhere on foreign soil. The Pakistan PIA insurance broker Aliana has also issued a termination notice demanding overdue on payments and announced that if the insurance stops, so will the flight operations. So This is like compounding of problems, and it's just hammering the PIA down, not only down to its knees, the Pakistan government literally being brought down to its knees, because this is a huge, huge mess. Because if they pay one, then the other says pay me, or otherwise I block services. They pay that person, a third person says. Well, point is they have no money, and the only way they can do this if they cut short the defense budgets. And the Pak military establishment has put its foot down, saying that no way are you reducing our budgets.
That's exactly it, Anand, because one of the spokespeople for the airport has said that the airline is actively working towards making the payment and resolving the issue on a prompt basis. But where exactly is that money going to come from? Because when it comes to a temporary loan from the IMF, that might be there, but that might not be on the list of priorities for the Pakistan government, considering there are so many people who are at this moment starving.
The money that is coming from the IMF is not to pay its dues for the PIA. It is for it to be able to run the country and to ensure that the people can have bread to eat.
Exactly.
And so on their plate, and some basic resources even to buy fuel. And they are going to get into a fresh cycle of debt. And so this is going to only pile on. So it's like a bottomless bucket of debt. It's an abyss, and nobody wants to now put their money into this country because they know they're never going to get it back. So even the Chinese have now pulled their hands back and said, we are going to only protect our investments. So much so that they want to put their own PLA boots on ground to protect their investments, because they know that the Pakistani army has not been capable, nor have the mercenaries, because they don't have the money to pay them. The other aspect, when we come to the PIA, their membership with the IATA is also now in peril, because they delayed their payment of dues of more than $2.8 million by 2 days. It was due on the 21st of June. They paid it up only on the 23rd of June. So they are really under the pump here, and so much so that on the one hand you don't have any money or nearly bankrupt. The PIA is going to go down to its ground on its knees, and it can go bust anytime. It can be shut anytime. On the other hand, the government has actually tasked the PIA to increase its fleet to 27 to 49 aircraft. So you have no money. You are in absolute deep mess financially, but you are being asked by the government to increase your fleet, and that too from 27 to 49. So clearly something is totally wrong there, and it's like deja vu. There was a time when the Air India was going through such mess closer home. But this is a far, far bigger mess and a huge embarrassment. Right now, it's more than 50,000 pilgrims who are there in Saudi Arabia who may just not be able to come back home till the time Pakistan clears the $48 million dues with Saudi Arabia.
Absolutely. Anand, thank you so much for joining us and bringing us those details about this. We'll have to wait to see how this develops, because the deadline for this is tomorrow. Now, with this, we're going to be heading into a very short break, but do stay tuned for more on the other side.